April has officially arrived. So with that being said, since we are starting a new month, that means that we are starting a new TBR prompt book stack. I don't really know what sentence I was gonna say. I have been loving doing this every beginning of the month, and now this is my third time in a row doing it, and it always feels like a refresh whenever we get to pick out 4 new books. I have been loving my reading month. I've been managing to read majority, if not all, of the prompts that I pick out, and I'm very excited to see what books I'm going to be picking out for the month of April. As you can see, I have a little bit of yellow scattered in the pile. I put 4 spring heavy prompts in here just to help to get some books that are screaming spring as we are slowly but surely approaching into the new season. I'm very excited, so let's pick out the very first prompt. I have managed to read more than 4 books, but I like the idea of picking 4 and being able to still pick out other ones that are just speaking to me throughout the month. So let's pick out 4 again. I always feel the need to close my eyes. I don't really know why. I really want to pick a yellow one because the prompts I put on it is so fun. Okay, let's see which one I get. A book you got from Afterlight. I realized I didn't show it. Okay, that's the Afterlight. So currently I am a part of the Afterlight subscription. So every month I get a new book. So on my shelf I have a dedicated Afterlight section with all the books that I've gotten from them. So let's pick out, oh, I think I already know. Let's pick out 1 book from that pile. The very first book that I picked for April is Under Lock and Key. This is by Lana Ferguson. As you can see, they specialize, Afterlight specializes in their sprayed edges. They're special edition books. So truly they are one of the most beautiful books that I own. Look at the cover. It looks like there's water droplets on it. And honestly, the artwork is what made me extremely intrigued to pick this book up. Not only is this beautiful with the stained glass, what truly captivated me and made me want to pick up the book immediately was this right here. The fact that our FMC is literally touching a Loch Ness monster. I was gonna say water horse. Look at the sunset. It just immediately made me want to be in that scene with that character. And then after I read the author's note, I then found out that our MMC can transform into this Loch Ness monster. So there's a bit of like magical, not magical realism, but there's a little bit of, there's the tiniest little touch of like fantasy. The fact that our MMC has this magic that he can transform into a water horse, just, I've never read a book that's like that. And what I love about Afterlight is even though it's a romance subscription box, it feels like every single romance book is completely different from the last book that I got the month prior. So when I read that author's note, I was like, I really want to read this book. So for the very first book, we got this one. I'm so happy. Now for the second prompt, it's a book that starts with the first letter of the month. This is so fun. I thought I was gonna have like 6 different choices. I literally only found 2. I got Addicted to You. This is the first book in a huge universe. I think there's like 13 books in the series. I've heard amazing things about the series. I've heard people say that these characters in the books are like their best friends, and that's the reason why I bought the first book, because I want to get into it. But I soft DNF'd it, or just DNF'd it because I haven't picked it up, like 3 years ago. And then this one is As Long as the Lemon Trees Grow. This one honestly, and it intimidates me because it sounds like a really sad story, but I can also be in the mood for that. So it says, "This is my land, and just like the lemon trees, they have been growing here for centuries. Spilled blood won't stop us." Salama was a pharmacy student when the cries for freedom broke out in Syria. She still had her parents and her big brother. She still had her home in an average teenager's life. Salama volunteers at the hospital in homes, helping the wounded who flood through the doors daily. Secretly though, she is desperate to find a way out of her beloved country before her best friend and sister-in-law, Layla, gives birth. As her desperation grows, her PTSD takes physical shape in the form of companion Quaff, who haunts her every move. I'm intimidated by this book, but I also am just gonna put it on my list. I don't really feel like picking this one up because I already have a romance book, so I feel like I should get some different genres to help not put me in a reading slump. So there's literally cat hair because this is on my bottom shelf. I don't know if I'm gonna get to this, but maybe since I have it on like the front of my mind, since it's a more of an immediate TBR now, maybe I'll grow a pair and read it. But I'm just so scared, I'm so intimidated, and I don't know why. Now for the third prompt. But how is there cat hair in my TBR drawer? Continue series. Okay. I actually know exactly what book I'm going to get. Well, let me think. Hang on. Oh, should I get a book from the Chestnut Spring series? The 3 books that I picked out for continuing a series, I got Reckless by Elsie Silver. I have been loving the Chestnut Spring series. When I finished Powerless, I was like, I want to immediately pick out the 4th book and just continue the series. But now I kind of feel like taking my time and just like savoring the experience of reading the series. There's a part of me that wants to finish it, but also another part of me that wants to just like enjoy my time. And then the one that I immediately thought of is The Strawberry Patch Pancake House. This is such a long title. The Strawberry Patch Pancake House. This is by Lori Gilmore. I just bought this book yesterday. I immediately knew that I was going to pick out the 4th book in the series because I have been loving the series as well. And so when I saw that the 4th one came out, I immediately got my hands on it. And when I read the author's note, it talks about how it's screaming like spring and like that first sunny day after winter. And that's when I was like, yes, I'm definitely buying this because I want to read this in April. And also I got The Hawthorne Legacy. This is by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. This is the 2nd book in the Hawthorne Legacy? No, this is the title of the book. The Inheritance Games. This is the 2nd book in the Inheritance Games. I did thoroughly enjoy my time with the 1st one, and I keep thinking about how I should pick out the 2nd book because I really want my memory of the 1st book still fresh in my brain when I continue the series. Like, I don't want to be lost because so much time has gone by. Okay, now honestly, it's these 2. Should I flip a coin and just have it decide for me? Because I have no idea. This will be heads and this will be tails. Yeah, because that's how much I want to read both. Hey Siri, flip a coin. It's heads. Okay, that's my answer. Let's see if it can load. Nice. Okay, we're just not gonna show. That means that it's The Hawthorne Legacy. I love this because the chapters are extremely short. It's super fast paced and it's YA. So the book is just gonna be so easy to read. Like seriously, it's a book that when I think about it, it's gonna like, oh, it's gonna take me like 3 or 4 days, which I love. So that's the 3rd book for April. Now for the 4th prompt. I'm so sad that I haven't gotten a yellow one. Okay, is it cheating if I try to feel for one? I think so. Oh, I can't tell which one's yellow. I think I got too many prompts in here. I always end up picking out so many. Okay. Damn, it's not yellow. 1-word title. Okay. But I could pick Reckless. Well, besides Reckless, these are the ones that I could find that was just 1 word. We got Bunny by Mona Awad and we got Caraval by Stephanie Garber. Bunny, I'm pretty sure it's like a horror book and it's twisted and it's weird and it's like mind-boggling and I don't really know if I'm in the mood for that. I also want to start Caraval because when I bought this book, I told myself if I buy it, I have to read it within 3 months. That was last April. Honestly, I'm gonna do Caraval because this one genuinely is intimidating me and I kind of want to just pick this up during the spooky season. I mean, Caraval is definitely like a fall type of vibe book too, but I feel like this one I should just wait for maybe like during Halloween time. So I'm gonna do Caraval. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Maybe this will help me finally pick it up. Okay, so for the 4 books that my TBR prompt picked for me to read in April are for a book that I got from Afterlight, for a book that starts with the first letter of, what is it? A book that starts with the first letter of the month, continue series, a 1-word title. I love to see the different genres that we got. We got a fantasy, we got a YA mystery, we got like a war, not necessarily historical fiction, but like a book about family and loss and war, and then we got a romance book. Those are the 4 lovely books that I picked out for the month of April with the help of my TBR jar. Thank you so very much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!